But I do think that the way that they set it up definitely feels like he didn't kill people. Like it's all kind of in his head. He has this grandiose sense of self of him being like a psychopath, but he's not. It's all his imagination. Because it's also interesting when he like kind of brings it up in conversation or like
I love this so much. Every single time he brings it up and people don't like mishear. It's one of my favorite things. Like, it makes me laugh so much.
Same. It was just so enjoyable. His like, because he's sort of like a character in his own world.
Oh, it is 100%. And that's what the director always says. She says that her and Christian Bale were like, considering like it's like he's an alien and he's just arrived on Earth. So there's this whole thing where it's like he doesn't know how to be, which they've not mentioned this, but I've picked up on it because of watching the film 1,000 times. When he's with the inspector, with Willem Dafoe, and they're having lunch, he watches Willem Dafoe put like salt on his meat, and then he puts salt on his meat, but he puts way too much salt, and it's almost like he's seen it doing something, so he's doing the same thing, but he doesn't really know how to do it. And throughout the film, there's like several moments where he's watching things. So like there's one time where he's watching porn while he's on the phone, and another time he's watching a Texas Chainsaw Massacre while he's exercising. And the director in the director's commentary says that this is basically him learning how to do things. So it's like if he's going to have sex, he watches porn so that he knows how to do it. If he's going to kill someone, he watches how other people kill people, and then the chainsaw comes into play at the end. And it's like it's basically him learning how to be acting like he's a human, but he's not. Obviously he's not a human. It's not a sci-fi film. You know what I mean? Like it's like there's no depth in, like he's just like a robot throughout the world, like just mimicking. And that's why they've got the same haircut, they've all got the same glasses, they've all got the same suits, they're basically just like mimicking each other constantly.
Yes. And he like also hammers home how he just wants to fit in.
Oh yeah,
like that's all he like wants.
Exactly.
So it's no wonder that he's just like mimicking those people around him. So it's like
exactly
we can all feel like we fit, even though we're just like personas, we're not really people.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what's really interesting in the sex scene that I love with the two, like the threesome, because the first threesome, because he goes and picks up the first girl, and it's like he's literally dressed as if he's going to prom, and he picks her up in a limo. I think that's why he picks prostitutes, is because he can really mold them into whatever he wants, because he's paying for them, so you got to tell them what, like direct them. Whereas when he's sleeping with the other girl, who's the guy he works with, his girlfriend, it's a bit different. Like we only see them having sex once, but he's just on top, they're having sex, he looks like very uninterested in her, she looks high. Like I think that's just whatever. I don't think he can really be in his, like I feel like with the two prostitutes in the first sex scene, he kind of puts on his romantic mode, and it's like it's him being what he thinks a man on a date would be like, except obviously it's all fake. It's like the girls are not actually here to be on a date with him, and he's super directive, but he wants everything to be perfect. And it's like he's so upset when the second girl arrives and she's not actually blonde. It's like I asked for dirty blonde, and it's like that really upsets him. And then as soon as he's upset, obviously he loses it. But it's like he wants to mold everything exactly how he thinks that a proper date should go, like should be like. So I just lose it every single time he picks her up, and he's literally dressed like he's going to prom with his little white scarf over his tux. This is the best. I love this film so much. And also the fact that his flat is like, especially his bedroom in that scene, it's just so clinical, it's so white and so minimal. It's literally like a morgue, and it's so perfect with the contrast of the three of them having sex, but the sex is so like, it's just there's clearly obviously no connection between any of them, and it's just like he wants to, and he's filming it all so he can which the fact that you're seeing it through which version, because obviously they took it out of Netflix, so I know you watched it somewhere else. Did the version you watch, how long was the sex scene? Because there's an uncut version where the sex scene is quite long, and there's a cut version
Oh,
on Netflix where the sex scene was shorter.
oh,
Do
it
you
felt
see
it was.
do you see
You
both girls
see,
giving them a blowjob?
no.
Okay, so you
Oh,
got
did I watch
kind
the short one? I got
probably.
shortchanged for my sex scenes. You learn something new every day.
There
I
you
guess
go.
I've got to borrow one of your many DVDs.
I don't know that I can part with one of them. I'm attached to all three. They are my
maybe
children.
maybe in the summer we'll do like
Yeah.
project it onto back garden.
Yes, that would be amazing. Actually, I would so be down for that. But yeah, I feel like in the version you've seen, do you see the sex scene throughout the camera as well?
Yes.
Yeah, and the director was saying that's also a great tool to show the disconnect even more. And it's just like,
Yeah.
which is so funny because they're literally all performing. Like he's performing while he thinks like a cool, whatever, like muscular, handsome, good shag must be like.
Yeah.
They're performing because it's literally their job. I think it's brilliant.
I do too, and I really like it's what he does when he's killing someone as well, where he goes into his whole diatribe about music. And I really enjoy, I can't remember if he is talking about music when they're like when he's orchestrating everything, or what
He
he's
is before,
talking
like
about.
when they're sat, the three of them, and he puts Phil Collins on, and then he talks about Phil Collins, and he brings them to the
Yeah.
bedroom, and like Susudio
Yeah.
is playing during the entire scene.
But it also adds on to that whole, he's like performing and orchestrating, and like I really like the not blonde one's reaction, where she's sort of like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this, but I'm here now and I kind of have to. And because he's also quite he's very intimidating, so it's you don't quite know what he's gonna do, which obviously when he gets out his tools, you don't know. But I really enjoyed seeing his, like, the more of his kind of character, and then how they show through the they cut through the camera, because I feel like it also adds to the sense of unease, because you're kind of being taken out of it every so often, and that feeling of being watched, because I don't know if the girls know that they're being filmed.
Oh, they do. Like the camera, he sets up the camera as they talk, and the camera is huge.
Okay.
Like there's no way they didn't see it. and he keeps on saying, "Look at the camera."
Oh yeah.
I have a technical question. Like the first position they're seen doing,